The thing I like the most about this job is trying a new lens that makes you love a focal length that you normally wouldn't use. And today we're gonna talk about one of those lenses. This is the Sigma 7200 f2.8 for Sony mount. So let's get it started.
Tune up the 808 baseline check. They stay complacent, me, I'm a threat. Big moves only how I connect.
Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. Today I wanna talk about the 7200 f2.8 from Sigma Sport. I just came back from the Italian Dolomites for a very cool project and I had the chance to use this tele lens alongside with my main lens, the Sigma R2470 and a 16-28 from Sigma as well. Before starting, make sure to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram so you won't miss any BTS for very cool projects such as the one I just came back from. I want to say though, this won't be a review. There are many reviews you can find on YouTube. I just want to talk about my experience with this lens and what I felt using a specific focal length that I normally never use, so from 70mm. Let's start this saying that this is a lens everyone eventually will buy. It's part of the famous trinity 16-35, 2470 and 70-200. That makes you cover the most used focal lengths for every situation. So, starting from the design, we find the usual buttons we find on every tele, starting from the autofocus and manual focus switch, the focus distance switch, which we can choose between the range of 3 meters and full distance, the internal stabilization off, and type 1 for pan and type 2 for everyday use, which I really loved, and sometimes it gave me the same feeling of using a tripod. Then we have the custom buttons on the sides, there are 3 in total, which do the same function that you can choose. For example, I have the focus lock. Then under the lens right here, we have the Arca Swift plate for tripod that we find in every tele. Consider the weight of this lens, which is 1 kilogram and 300 grams, something like that. That's definitely useful. Then we have the usual invert and zoom ring that we find in every Sigma lens. If you're already used to Sigma, that's not a problem at all. But if you use Sony, for example, the zoom ring is actually inverted. Nothing too concerning anyway, but just keep in mind if you're not used to Sigma lens. The only design feature I didn't really understand is the focus ring. In fact, it's usually on the top of the lens, but in this case we find the zoom ring instead. Now, I didn't really get the reason of this, especially because when you use a lens as big as this one, you tend to reach the zoom ring more than the focus ring, as you normally use it more often. It reminded me on the Tamron lenses, for example, when we find the zoom ring on the top, like in this case, and the focus one on the bottom of the lens. But it's actually the first time I see this in a Sigma lens and especially in a tele lens. Talking about the lens image quality, guys, this is a blade and the autofocus is really fast. I didn't notice any chromatic aberration and zooming on 200mm on f2.8 is so satisfying. In my opinion, the image quality of this lens is so close to the G Master Mark II, and it's definitely better than the G Master Mark I. And we're talking about a lens that costs like 1,000 euro less than the G Master Mark II. But the real question is, who is this lens for? I think this lens is for people who has this budget. For example, who don't really want to spend 3 grand for a tele, who don't mind about the inverting rings, and someone who doesn't use the tele so often to justify an expense like the G Master, for example. Now, this is not a bad lens at all. As I said, I see almost the same quality of the G Master Mark II in this lens. But of course, even if the autofocus is incredible and the image quality is super sharp, it will never be as good as a Sony lens because it's a third-party lens. And the autofocus will always be better on the main brand lens. But in case you are an event photographer or an event videographer and you have the budget and you don't want the inverter rings at all, then the G Master Mark II is what you need to buy. I'm personally very happy about this lens. I loved the look as every Sigma lens I tried. I love the bokeh I get. I love the blurred background I have on f2.8. And more than that, I personally suggest to give this lens a try. Maybe beside the G Master Mark II if you have the chance, and see what suits you the best, because you can watch every review on YouTube, but the most important thing and makes you decide which lens is the best is your experience with it. Guys, I hope this video has been useful for you. Let me know if you tried this lens or if you're looking to buy it and if you did. As I said, this wasn't a review, but I wanted to talk about this lens in a different way, talking about my experience with it. Hope you guys liked the video. If so, let me know with a comment and a like. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. See ya.